I'll be reacting to Fena Pirate Princess episode 12. I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's website, and I'll be starting my reaction from the 1 minute and 33-second mark in 1, 0, go! Alright, I'm pumped up for this. And saying that, this feels a little bit rushed because they haven't really given us much on Cody throughout the series. That's my only issue with this so far. The accent's why Fena was win on her own a few episodes ago then. Oh boy. It's getting a little trippy now. But hey, you know what? Depending on how they handle it, I wouldn't mind too much. I'm assuming this is inside of her mind right now. Yeah, I had a feeling Yukimaru was going to be safe because this feels like it's probably inside of her mind right now. Oh yeah, those bits where Fena was... Huh. Okay. Now it's making me wonder if there isn't anything that's gone outside of their calculations in the past, though. Yeah, in a way, kind of is fucked up, though. I think they're not going to... Oh. Okay. This is going way above the scale of the series now because, for the most part, and then delve into things like souls and all of that until this episode. It kind of feels like it's slightly getting really out there now. You know how Fena is? She's probably going to be inclined of keeping the world the way it is. But no, this series, it feels out of the left field because it's like the series never foreshadowed that this was ever going to be a possibility. I'm wondering if Fena's going to try to pursue the option of trying to prevent any future destruction to befall upon humanity, though. Just to try to see if she can go up against fate in one way, shape, or form. I gotta admit, the visual quality is gorgeous, though. Even though there are a few things that there are quite a few things that I'm finding questionable about the episode so far. The animators never cease to do a great job in rendering things in the series beautifully. The thing is, though, nothing in life is ever guaranteed. Though everything has a beginning and end. Even if what they say is true to an extent. Hmm. Oh, I wonder where we're going to go with this. I'm assuming death to the people that are accompanying her. That's going to be my guess. Yeah, it's going to feel like a path to destruction because I don't think they'll be having the red hues for absolutely no reason. Maybe they'll be assassinated by that K fellow because they did mention a few episodes ago that he was going after. Never mind, because it seems like it's a variety of weapons. Oh yeah, true. There are Earth forces of Abel still waiting for them. Even though Abel himself is dead, that doesn't mean any. I'm assuming that that's what the world's going to look like if she decides to reset it. Oh, I just wonder what are going to be the consequences of that specific world, though. Yeah, I had a feeling it was a potential reset option. In a way, this sounds pretty messed up for the so they're assigned to absolute ability destruction, though. That's mhm. The thing is, though, if the only person coming back is Ikimura, what about everyone else that was in her life at one way, shape, or form? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm assuming they're all going to be gone if she were to take that option. That's why it has a vibe of it's still going to be true. There's got to be some icky stuff involved. Wait, what? Don't tell me it's going to go with a potential amnesia plot point at the end of the series. That would be some horse shit. That'd be on some kicky idle bullshit if they were to just reset and completely wipe away all of Fena's character development. I'm not saying that's what the series is going to do, but I've seen some animes do that this year, and they ended it terribly. Pretty much almost every anime that has memories reset, like Shinzo, Gekiato, they become trash. I have yet to see an anime where a character goes through amnesia at the final episode and it turns out fine. But you know what? I'm an optimist. I'll be optimistic at least until the final minute of the episode counts down. Then that's when I'll lose all optimism in the series. You know, I wouldn't mind. All right, I'm liking out at the very least they're letting some of the other characters pitch in their lines because it wouldn't really have a season finale or series finale vibe if they would have just ignored everyone else. I like this because shows her that her friends not only have provided her physical protection, they've also provided emotional support too throughout the series. So I like that bit to its credit. Oh boy, she's got her OG look back. Yo, I gotta admit, I like the track. It feels as if like an epic deity is being. Oh, that was too close to comfort. Yeah, they can go against Mother Nature. Then I also just get the fuck out. That is a good point. Yukimaru, he's how many times has he almost died and come back? The dude's got an amazing bit of luck when it comes to his survival rate. And the thing is, knowing Yukimaru, he's not going to leave until he sees Fena because he vowed to never let go of her hand again. Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought for a second she was going to fade away or something, especially with that bright glow that she's got around her right now. My guess is she's not going to leave. I had a feeling. I do like this bit though. We're seeing Fina mature. Oh, oh. I love how we finally get to see her open herself up completely. It's just a shame that it's happening at this point in time, though, when they have to separate from each other. Speaking of her journey, though, the only thing that kind of reminds me one of the missed opportunities in the series, as much as I enjoyed bits of it, it's that one of the plot points is learning how to take up different weapons to be able to stand on her own 2 feet to an extent, and we never really got to see that in the series. Kind of reminds me how rushed the series was at some points. And I like this too. It shows you how selfless she is, where she's willing to separate us from the person she loves in order to make a better future for everyone. Thing is, she's already strong herself and having the conviction to want to do this. Oh, okay, I like it where that's going. Oh, what an absolute bro there. And also, Yukimaru's a real one. Even if she were to lose her, even if she were to lose memories, Yukimaru would probably be inclined to making new memories with her. Even if she has a blank slate. Well, yeah, even if she were to lose her memory, she'd still be herself to an extent because there's always the small chance that she might be able to get her memories back. Honestly, all things considered, Yukimaru has always shown bits of kindness because even when he was acting rough towards Fena at the start of the series, he always wanted to save her, even at the longest of odds. To Yukimaru's credit. Aww. And I love this growth from Yukimaru too. Where now, in a way, he pretty much has shown off how much he cares about Fena and doesn't want to lose her at all. Yo, it's a shame that this is the last episode though, because I feel like that could have been like optimal material for a whole nother episode in itself, where we have Yukimaru looking for Fena. Because now it's feeling like they're taking the material of a full encore with this episode and the previous one. They're just dumping it into the span of like 2 episodes. I admit though, Yukimaru's voice performer is absolutely amazing though, with the way he shouted Fena, with the echo. That is like an A great performance there. I gotta make, and that looked good. The water and the clouds. I gotta admit, that's one thing that's consistent about the series. Oh, I'm assuming that's Fena with all of her memories lost because. Yeah, has to be. Because that's probably has to be like a visual cool to symbolize that it's her without her original memories. That's gonna be my guess. Mm. Oh. All right, good. I was kind of getting worried for the others. Okay, that's actually nice, but okay. I was kind of wondering how they managed to get away from like the island caving in and also get a lot of the treasure. You know, fuck you. There is a lot of supernatural elements. So I guess I shouldn't question it too much. Still, though, I'm not a big fan of Fena losing her memories though, because it's like the only positive is at the very least, at the very least, Ikumaru is happier and done. That's what matters the most. And again, this feels rushed because wait, didn't these ladies die when Abel's ship pretty much shot? Oh, okay, that kind of appeased me because they were building up the fact that Kit was going to be going after them a few episodes ago, and that's how they settled that specific plot point. Okay, now it feels super rushed with the way they're handling things. Especially considering how much they built him up as some kind of beast. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some things I like, but they really, really rush shit. And it's so fucking apparent that, at least this episode, I felt like they had the strips of like 12 episodes and they just condensed it into one. Oh, wait. Kind of looks like a Helena and Abel there when they were younger. Those two kids running. Kind of ashamed though that when it comes to this Fena with a complete blank slate that the series didn't even at least spend a full episode in developing her, trying to get used to this new life that she's got now. And saying that, as much as I don't think the way they handled Fena was optimal, I do love the way they handled Ikamaru here, though. To the credit of the writing. Finally! Oh, looks like she remembered something. Okay, that's cute. Because that's what happened the first time they met when they were older, when the bonk in the head. Well, better late than never. Wait, wait, that's it? Well, this episode, I don't even know what to say other than I feel disappointed. I feel really, really damn disappointed. And here's my issue with it. The ending itself would have been good if they just spaced it out within a span of episodes. I mean, let's just cover all of this. Out of fucking nowhere, they make Cody absolutely important when the dude didn't even have many lines of dialogue throughout the whole fucking series. And then all of a sudden, he's fucking important. And then all of a sudden, they mention the fact that Fena has like the opportunity to choose whether she wants to reset the world or whatever. And I'm like, since when did the series ever foreshadow this? And like, which of the previous episodes, from like episodes 1 to 10, it felt like it just pulled in random shit out of its ass into this final episode. And that's what really pissed me off about this finale. Because again, there were things that I liked about this episode, but there are things I didn't like. And speaking of which, the whole having Fena's memories erased thing was a really bad decision because it's like that journey that we saw Fena grow, we saw her go through so many tough experiences and become a much more brave, smart, competent girl. It's pretty much all gone. And then the series might have had an opportunity of, at the very least, making me feel attached to Fena anew. If they would have at the very least dedicated maybe like an episode or two, seeing Fena without her memories, just get to know Yukimaru anew and all that. I would have loved to have seen that, but no. This series just had to rush shit in its final episode because there is maybe one anime that dealt with its amnesia plot point well, and that was Kaiba. That series dealt with it well, but the thing about Kaiba is they dealt with its amnesia plot point over the span of like a full core, which this series, unfortunately, they couldn't make the constant work because, like, let me check the point in the episode where Fena loses her memories just to see this fucking. Let's see. Yeah, 19-minute mark. And I shit you not. Yeah, the first moment they show off Fena with the black hair is in like the 19-minute and 23-second mark in the Crunchyroll website. So the writing staff expects us to be A-okay with having Fena's memories pretty much gone. And then caring about the ending to a large extent in the span of like 4 minutes. So that's just a bad execution there straight up. And that's my issue with the episode itself, because the concept itself in the episodes are not that bad. But the issue is, though, the whole bit about Cody, they really needed to give him more lines of dialogue throughout the series for me to care more about what he had to say. The whole Fena having the option of choosing what's the fate of the world would have been a bit more interesting if the series would have introduced maybe a bit more fantastical elements as it progressed. Not just introduce these fantastical elements in episode fucking 11 and 12 and that's it. It feels like Whiplash effect. How do you go from a series that has somewhat of a grounded reality from episodes 1 to 10 and then all of a sudden introduces all these fantasy elements in the last 2 episodes? For that to have worked, you would have had to introduce these elements earlier, not the last 2 fucking episodes. I don't know what the fuck the writers are thinking. And the thing is, all this shit could have worked if this series would have been 2 cours. It would have had an extra set of 12 episodes, then yeah, I could have seen it work. The issue is, the series didn't have the episodes to work with, but the issue is, that's on the writers. If they had a concept that would have worked for 2 cours only, then they should have completely changed up the script to make it work. And that's my issue with the series. Bad execution. And speaking of which, I don't know, but last I checked, the pirate ladies, wasn't their ship annihilated in like, what? One of the earlier episodes when Abel shot their ship with a cannon? How the fuck are those ladies alive? Yeah, because I remember too. I can't even check the episode because I could check real quick. Yeah, episode 7. It was episode 7. The Burning Sea episode. Last I checked, I remembered Eye Patch Lady and all her crewmates dying when they tried to go up against Abel. Not too long ago, too. So that's another. Yeah, because they were all panicking. Yeah, I remember. All those ladies that we see at the last episode, episode 2, they were all panicking. And their ship blew up. So it's like the final episode just does random ass shit. And yeah, they all die in a blaze of fucking fire. If y'all think I'm bullshitting, go look at episode 7. Because right now I'm looking at it Crunchyroll. Go look at episode 7 at the 12-minute and 16-second mark. Those ladies died. So how the fuck did they come back to life? And that's my issue. This series just has all this shit happening with absolutely no explanations at all. Which is why this is a bad season finale. And you know something else that was really bad about this too? Okay. Then they emphasize the fact that if Yukimaru didn't come back, that our Goblin Knight protagonists were going to be hunted down. Where the fuck did that plot point go? Did the writers forget about that? They set that up how many episodes ago? And then all of a sudden, everything's just A-okay and happy. I'm like, no. What? Do the writers think we have amnesia that we're going to forget about the plot points they introduced a few episodes ago and just forget about them? And that's my issue. Again, I feel like all this shit could have worked if this series just would have had 2 cores. But no, I feel like they just condensed a script of 2 cores into 2 fucking episodes. And that's why, even though, yes, I'm not saying that the final episodes was complete trash. There were some positive things from a character standpoint. We have Yukimaru confess his love towards Fena at the final episode. So there is character progression for Yukimaru. And we get to see Fena's selflessness because she chooses the path of losing her own memories to make sure that everyone else could have a potentially bright and shining future. So it ain't like the episode was rife with downsides. There were positives. But good Lord, there are way more downsides than positives. Which is a damn shame because the first 10 episodes of the series were strong. Literally, had this series stuck its landing, this series would have been at the very least in my top 5, top 10 anime of the year list. Now with this shit's here, Andy, nah, it's not going to be on my top. Hell no, it's not going to be on my top 10 anime of the year list. They really fumbled it with episode 12. Shit. Fuck. What is it with the anime original stuff? Just fucking shitting the bed with its finale. Not just this anime has this issue. Warner Priority, shitty ending. Keki Idol, shitty ending. Adelaide Pride, shitty ending. Haven't seen Sunny Boy yet, but I heard its ending was shit. So it feels like this year is the year of anime originals having to need shitty endings because it feels like it's a fucking trend for anime this year that are not based off the source material. They end like pieces of shit. And that's why I thought the ending was bad. There was like almost no room for anything to breathe. I mean, I guess the only other positive I can think of is that at least Cameron and the others were safe, but that's it. That's not really going to redeem the episode in my book at all. Hell no. Now, even though the script was complete trash, I will give credit to the animators. Considering they had this piece of turd to work with, they did an A-grade performance from a visual standpoint. It is not production IG's fault that they got to deal with one of the worst scripts I've ever seen for a final episode. So to production IG's credit, y'all did an amazing job. This is by far, this final episode was for one of the best looking final episodes of the series from a visual standpoint. You had beautiful backgrounds. The CGI for the water looked gorgeous. It looked on the tier of the opening. The facial expressions were fluid. I mean, good Lord, the variety of outfits they had for Fena in this final episode was a lot. Hell, I see more variety of outfits for Fena than I do in some anime that have 2 cores in a single episode. So the visuals they were on point. They did a great job. The animation was great too. All the facial expressions were great, beautiful, gorgeous. So from a visual standpoint, I'm not going to complain. It was damn amazing. Oh, and the music was fantastic. Honestly, I feel like you could have taken the soundtrack and put it in a fucking film. Good Lord, I'm not going to give this episode a good rating because the script, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. And with the heavy R, I'm going to give the final episode, I'm not going to pussyfoot. If I were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being abysmal, 5 being exceptional, I'm going to get a 4 out of 10 because this series really shit the bed. What the fuck were the writers thinking? It was that 5th. What? How in the world did the writers and producers who saw the script be like, yes, this is primetime material for a final episode? What the hell? And what pisses me off more too is I paid money to watch this series. I'm one of these guys that actually paid money to watch this. So it makes it worse. Now it's making me wonder, Crunchyroll, is this how you're spending my money and the money of other people that subscribe to your service? For anime that drop the ball like this? So you spend the money from subscribers on anime like this. So I'm a spider, so what? X fucking R! Got a high school! Noblesse! What am I missing? Oh! Almost forgot to mention Shield Hero and High Guardian's Price. You spend our money on this shit? Oh, Crunchyroll, you need to invest in writers. If you're gonna fund an anime original, find some damn good writers and then think about the animation studio. Fuck's sake! But yeah, that's my thoughts. The last episode was a piece of shit. And also, thank you very much for commenting on the live chat, FF. But yeah, fucking awful. As for the series itself, fuck. Here's what I'm going to rate it. If I would rate the series on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional. And my scale, 1's abysmal, 5's average, and 10 is exceptional. I'm going to give this series straight up. And this is me being nice. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. And I'm only giving it that high. I'm not giving it the one-rank priority treatment because at the very least, this series had some kind of an ending. It wasn't some kind of enigma that was a sequel-baiting piece of shit. The ending was still a piece of shit, but I guess one of the few positives I can say is at least it didn't sequel-bait like fucking one-rank priority. But good lord, this series had so many problems. It introduced so many plot points, and it rushed through them for no fucking reason. And the only reason why I'm not giving it a 3 or 2 out of 10 is because the first 10 episodes were good. What the fuck happened in the last 2 episodes? Like literally, if this series would have kept the same tone as episodes 1 through 10, it would have been magnificent. It would have been probably one of the anime of the season. But no, it couldn't do that. This series couldn't even muster up any sort of consistency in the last 2 episodes. And for those of you arguing Anime Caveman, it's about the journey, not the destination. I'm like, no, horse shit. Reason why I say horse shit is because when you've got amnesia erasing memories of the main character, that's an issue unless you spend time developing the character after they go through the amnesia, which they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all, which is my issue because the series I have to bring up is Kaiba. That series, when it erased Kaiba's memories, at the very least, they had the decency of making sure to establish Kaiba's personality after he lost his memories. This series didn't fucking do that. It didn't do any of the work at all. It was absolutely lazy. And speaking of which, here's something that's disappointing too. This series emphasized in one of the episodes that Fena was going to be able to at least be somewhat independent when it comes to like learning how to use firearms or weapons. We never got to see her utilize any of the training she received by Shintai or Karen or any of the others when she was learning how to utilize the weapons. Where the fuck did that go? That was probably one of my favorite episodes in the series. And this series just throws that into the fucking trash. And that's another plot point that the series conveniently forgot about in the last episode. And that's why I can't give the series a good rating. It fucked it up so badly that I honestly can't see myself rewatching this unless we were get a season 2 that were to like fucking explain multiple. No, you know what? No, fuck it. I probably wouldn't even be interested in season 2 if it got one, but I'd probably still watch it just for curiosity reasons. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the series. A damn damn big ass disappointment. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the episode and series, y'all. I would like to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction to the final episode or the series in general. I'm curious to see if y'all loved it or disliked the finale or felt impartial to it. Now, right before I go, let me just say thank you very much to FF again for comments in the live chat. Thank you everyone else for watching my video. Hope y'all rate it, share it, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see y'all later if you come back for more. I guess the only positive about this is I like the music. I'll probably just listen to the soundtrack and the opening multiple times. That's about it, though. But yeah, have a great and safe day, y'all, and thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, everyone.